Hi there, thanks so much for joining us today for this quick staff training for the Little Gym staff members. We're excited to have you all on board and talk a little bit about why it's so important to monitor online reputation and how to build that online reputation with your customers that you deal with on a daily basis. We're going to start off by talking a little bit about some preventative strategies to avoid negative reputation from occurring. What to do when you have a customer that's a potential escalation and how to avoid that client from going online and writing that negative review. We're also going to discuss some strategies for how to actually begin building positive feedback by talking to your customers that you're interacting with daily. To start us off today, I do want to kind of go back to the basics and address the evolution of customer feedback, how it's changed in the past 20 or so years, and how it's important. Customer complaints can give businesses a wake-up call when they're not meeting their fundamental purpose, which is meeting customer needs. I like to think of customer complaints as a gift. It's maybe not a gift you want to receive every holiday, but it is a feedback mechanism that really lets you shift the way that you interact with your customers. Businesses that do not value customer complaints can suffer from really costly or negative word-of-mouth advertisement. So it is important to take that into consideration when dealing with your customers. Social media in particular has really driven the shift in the world of customer feedback. As some of you might remember, prior to 2000, customer feedback was pretty much non-existent in the business world. It was primarily transferred via phone or word-of-mouth reference, but the extent of a negative experience really would only go to your friends and family. So for example, if you went to a restaurant and you saw a cockroach in your food, that might stay to your friends and family, but it wouldn't be shared online. As we entered into a new millennium, however, we also entered into an age of technology. This did lead to a pretty exponential growth of web-based feedback, especially for business owners. Customers now have the option to leave an email or a web-based review for a business, which would go live as a testimonial online. As we progressed into 2005 through 2007, business owners started to try to implement more online methods of feedback in order to grow their online reputation. As of 2008, we entered into the mobile-focused world, which we're still in today. This quickly transitioned over to social sites and applications as of 2010. Now, unlike before, we do have that possibility of accessing business information, customer reviews, testimonial in the palm of our hand from our mobile device. So unfortunately, gone are those days where a negative experience could only be shared to your friends and family members by word of mouth. Now, one experience, whether it be positive or negative, can be shared in seconds online and can really impact potential clients who just do a quick search for your services. As we address the evolution of customer feedback and customer service, it is important to note some of the statistics regarding negative experience with your clients. The statistics that I'm sharing with you today are pulled from a study composed of 300,000 people across the United States and Europe. First and foremost, approximately 50% of customers will share about a negative experience online through a review site, while 80% will never use your business again, thus directly impacting the bottom line of the business. 75% of customers who suffer a negative experience will take it one step further. They will register a formal complaint with your corporate office, Better Business Bureau, or request a chargeback to their payment company. Finally, about 30% of customers who suffer a negative experience report that they received a headache, a tightening in their chest, or cried due to that experience. All things we definitely want to avoid from an unhappy customer. When looking at these statistics of negative experiences, we do want to stress the fact that we are here to help you. As a part of your services, we are working to monitor your social presences and can help take action if a negative review is received. However, when tackling an unhappy client in person, we do recommend targeting that feedback in 5 easy steps. We especially want to thank that customer for their feedback. It's not always easy to share when something is bothering you, especially when it's about something that matters, like your family. If you have an unhappy client, we want to make sure that they know that their feedback is appreciated by employees. We also want to take action and apologize for that mistake, even if something is out of our control. For example, another child bit a person's child in class, and that parent is having a complaint. We still want to apologize for the mistake or the situation that occurred and try and take action to resolve the problem immediately. If possible, we do want to try and correct that mistake from happening again. So if you have the opportunity, try and work to prevent future errors or future mistakes. Now that we've addressed the importance of avoiding negative feedback online and how to do so, we can take a minute to talk about the importance of online reviews. It is important as local business people to recognize the fact that 85% of potential customers are putting considerable weight into online reviews and making a purchase or using a service. So they're definitely doing their research to make sure that their money is being spent wisely. So now we can take a minute to talk about why online reviews are so important. 2/3 of people are more likely to buy from a business if they find positive comments about you online, while half of people are less likely to buy if the comments are negative. A 1-star overall increase in your Yelp rating can lead to a 5 to 9% increase in revenue per year. That's directly impacting the bottom line in a positive way, something that we really recommend. By boosting your positive reviews online, you can boost your bottom line for the business, and that's something we want to see throughout the board. Continuing along the same line, customer reviews are really important for your business because 65% of people like to learn about a service or a business before calling you. They're just doing research to get their information straight. They want to make sure that they are getting the best bang for their buck, so they are not only looking at what you offer, but they're looking about what other consumers have had to say. When customers are leaving reviews for your business, about 50% are willing to compliment you, about 50% are willing to express concerns. So it's always something to keep in mind and make sure that you're taking into account when asking for feedback. When attempting to build out online reputation, it is important to consider some baseline do's and don'ts. We really want to make sure that we're discussing and acknowledging the impact that reviews can have on your business, especially by talking about negative feedback. If you do have an angry client or a negative review online, we want to keep that channel of dialogue open and talk about that negative review, not ignore it or shove it under a rug. We also want to ask clients for feedback who are satisfied with your products and your services, especially if it was a past client who you know was satisfied. Even if this was a customer who is no longer using your services. For example, her kids might have outgrown your classes, or maybe it was a one-time customer who had a birthday party at the gym. We still want to make sure that we're accessing those clients and leveraging their experiences online and getting that positive feedback. Some quick don'ts that we do not want to implement when asking for reviews online. We do not want to incentivize customers to leave a review. So we just want to avoid any type of bribery, cash incentive, or discounts. We don't want to be giving away your services for free. We think your services will speak for themselves and you will earn that great review all on your own. There's no need to bribe your customers to get that review online. We also do not recommend writing fake reviews or using fake profiles online to leave that feedback. This is pretty straightforward. We want to make sure that these reviews are honest, coming directly from consumers to the review profile. So we just want to avoid any type of middleman or fake reviews online. We also do not want to threaten customers or ignore them who have left you a bad review online. We want to just keep that channel of dialogue open, make sure that review is responded to, and make sure that everything is moving in the right direction. Now that we've discussed the importance of online feedback, we can start to dive into our recommended practices for how to start accumulating those positive reviews. Moving forward, you should have received a box of collateral, and that collateral is for your customers to leave reviews for you after the fact. As far as a strategy for using those cards, we normally recommend a 3-part process. The first part of this process is to tee up that review at the initial point of sale. Next is handing out a review card face-to-face, and then finally a follow-up thank you communication. The first part of this process is to tee up that review right from the get-go with your customer. When you have a new client coming in for that introductory experience, let them know right away that you are a local business and you're always seeking feedback to improve and grow. Let them know that you'd love to check in with them after your appointment today and see how things went with their first class. After the new client has completed their first class, you can continue on with the regular sales process. Once that client has decided to sign on for enrollment and they're very excited, their kids are excited, they're really happy and can't wait to come back, congratulate them on their choice, welcome them to your gym, and reference that review program. Let them know again that you are a local business and would really appreciate their assistance in growing your online presences by writing a review. Look them in the eye, thank them for their business, and hand them that review card. On the back of that card, there is a link which will direct them to your review website. The final part of this process is to follow up with a thank you communication. Ideally, a few weeks into their services, you can follow up with that customer by sending a thank you card, email, or phone call. This allows you to check in, make sure everything is going well, and remind your customers to write that online review. You can always personalize this a little bit further by having the instructors who have worked with that child sign the card. You could send over a $5 coffee gift certificate, or a small treat to incentivize your customer to write the review without forcing their hand. At this point, we can start talking about how to leverage your past happy customers to build online reputation. If you have clients who have been longtime members of the gym, we want to leverage their experiences online. You can always reach out to them the next time they come in, let them know that you are looking forward to working with them in the future and would love to hear about their experiences with your gym and an online review. For your current customers that you're working with, as you guys start a new season, let your customers know you have a new program in place, a grand reopening of your pages, or you would just like to hear a little bit more and get their feedback online. As a part of the package that your gym is signed on for, you should have received a box of collateral. That box of collateral includes cards that we recommend handing out to clients as a part of that three-part process. On the back of those cards, there is a link which will take you over to that personalized review website. This website is mobile friendly. It can be accessed from a phone, computer, or tablet device so that your customers can leave you reviews on the go. As a reminder, this site is the place that houses the links to your different social presences. Your package also includes unlimited attendance of webinar, training resources, and email templates. So if you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out. As a part of your package, you also are receiving 3 content posts per week on your Facebook and Google+ pages. We have a content creation team that works closely alongside your corporate team to create original content that's designed to engage your online audience. Everything that goes out to your presences has been pre-approved by corporate in advance. If you're interested in learning more about our content calendar or the approved corporate content, please let us know and you can see the calendar of scheduled posts located within your resource center. If you have any questions following this training video, please let us know. We are more than happy to answer them. We are so excited to be able to work with you, and we look forward to having another opportunity to speak with you again in the future. Thanks so much and have a great rest of your day.